Hey, TurboTax accountants, Mark Fronke here. This is video number 3 for case number 1. So this is where we left off when we last visited. And now we have to look at alimony that was paid, which is an adjustment to income. And then we'll input the business revenue and expenses for a Schedule C small business. So let's first click on deductions and credits, and I'll choose what to work on. That will kind of take us out of the step-by-step. It's just easier to navigate around this way. And under deductions and credits, we're going to go down to other deductions and credits where it says alimony paid. Did you pay alimony in 2017? Yes. So the alimony paid was $10,000. The recipient's name is Alexis Thompson. And her social security number is 612-204217. Now, Jordan Spieth has never actually been married to Alexis Thompson. This is all made up. And here we show the amount that was paid to his fictitious ex-wife. If someone had multiple ex-wives, they'd have to put all the alimony in here separately. This is, in effect, moving income from the taxpayer, Jordan Spieth, to his ex-wife, Alexis Thompson. So this is going to be, in effect, deductible by him and includable in her income. Okay, so now we need to deal with the business income that Jordan Spieth gets from selling stuff on eBay. And this is the information in your handout that's on the bottom of page 2. So we're going to go over to wages and income. I'll choose what I work on. And then down at the bottom, there are business items. And this is a business income and expense Schedule C. So we'll start that process. And it says, did you have any income and expenses for a business in 2017? The answer is yes. And we'll just continue in deluxe. The description of the business is eBay sales. The business address is the same as my home address. And we'll use the same thing as the business name, eBay sales. Do you have an employer ID number? The answer is no. You don't need one unless you have actual employees. But if you run a Schedule C and you operate it yourself, you don't need to have an employer tax ID number. And the business code from your handout is 454 930. He uses the cash method of accounting. Yes, he played an active role in the business operations. And we're going to enter the business info ourselves. Did you make any payments that required you to issue Form 1099? The answer is no. None of these apply. Did you receive any forms like this? The answer is no. And we're going to enter the gross income of $4,500. My business carries an inventory and we value it at cost. The beginning inventory, $325. Ending inventory, $375. This is in your handout. And the cost of purchases is $1,900. Then we have to enter in the business expenses so that he can get a deduction for these. I'm going to stop the video and put them in. I'm going to go ahead and say visit all. We had no vehicle expenses or any assets. And here's a list of all the expenses. So I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to put in the expenses and then show the amounts in there after I input them. Okay, so here's the schedule that looks like after all the expenses have been input. It's a good idea to check them off of your handout as you put them in so you can make sure they're all in there. And then click Continue. Long-term care insurance, none there. Not reported business expenses. This applies if you had special types of expenses that weren't in any of the categories listed. You can just make up your own. None of these apply. Do you have an office in your home? We're going to say no, even though technically it is, but we're not going to take a deduction for that. So now we have our business expenses in there. Click Continue, and the net income for this business is $755. That includes the revenue of minus all the expenses. So I'm going to click Done. And if I go to Forms and I look at the tax return, you can see that $755 of income shows up on line 12 on the tax return. We'll stop there, and in the final video, we'll look at the itemized deductions and show how to prepare the end report. Thanks for listening. See you next time.